So we'll go ahead and get started. So good afternoon, you guys. Thank you so much for coming. My name is Bridget Blosser. I am a student success advisor here with the Keystone School. And today we're going to talk about what social events students can get involved with here at the Keystone School. So I know for many students that I talk to who have just enrolled, they have questions, about how can they still be involved? How can they, still have time to communicate with other students and, have that peer to peer interaction. And we want to be able to tell you that just because Keystone is an online school doesn't mean there aren't other ways for you to stay involved over your time with us. And we have what I've separated into basically three categories of events. The first are our live support events. These are hosted by members of our academics, guidance, and student success advisor teams. And it's a variety of sessions that you guys can hop into for support with your courses or in a more like general conversation realm of things. Um, Most of these are oriented towards school or those kind of questions, but they are accessible for you guys, and it gives you a chance to meet with us and learn about us as well. The second are student clubs. We offer a variety of clubs for students to get involved with. We offer tons of different topics from more entertainment and like a more casual side of things to academic topics or topics that'll help you build your resume for high school and college. And then finally, we have our social events. And so we also offer a variety of events that take here. These are really awesome. I have last year here, and it's something that I'm very passionate about getting students involved in, and being able to have them have those experiences. So the first thing that I want to talk about are the four types of live support events. Um, and so these four types are broken down into Q&A sessions, live events, school level events, and one-on-ones. So the first are Q&A sessions for high school students. The academics team, which are our teachers, offer live Q&A sessions for high school students from like 8 to 5 through the day or somewhere in there. So if you have questions in one of the four core subjects, so math, English, social science, or science, you're able to hop into those live sessions. In addition, the guidance department offers a once a week live Q&A session. So if you have questions about courses, if you have questions about college, if you have questions about the SAT or the ACT or how to start applying for scholarships, you can absolutely hop into that live Q&A session with our guidance team. And we in the SSAs also host one as well. We're here to help you guys with motivation or scheduling, or if you're having difficulty submitting assignments, you can pop into that Q&A session for some general guidance. And if you ever have questions about when these events are going on, we have a calendar that I will pop in the chat for you guys to be able to hop into. And that ties right along into the live events. Both the student success advisors and the guidance department hold live events each month. You guys are in one right now. We try to keep it very varied in terms of topics. That way, you guys can stay engaged with us and be able to hear about different things and keep yourselves invested in your classes and the school at large. So, this month, I know we're talking about live events. In future months, we're looking at doing more general getting started things, how to stay invested in your courses over the summer, all the way through things like Tallo, which is a resource that you guys can use, as well as developing a consistent schedule and adjusting your study habits. And the guidance department does a webinar each month as well for students about a variety of mental health topics. They're really great to pop into. I know the guidance team really puts a lot of effort into them and is really excited to be able to have students who come back month and month again for them. And even if you're not sure if it's something that you'd be interested in, I definitely recommend just hopping in for a chance to get some exposure to topics you may not be as familiar with. In a less, uh, scheduled environment, the other thing that we offer in terms of events are school level events. And so these are broken down by program. We have elementary level events, which are the social hours. We have the middle school lunch bunch for middle school students. And then we have the high school event as well, which is the Keystone Connection Group. These are less structured than the previous events that I had just spoken about. These are more of a general chance for you to come in and have some social time with other students and with myself and other members of the faculty and staff. These are really great if you're just looking for a chance to socialize or decompress with other students. I've been involved in the elementary and high school ones. The high school one has been very cool. We've done things like Scriblio and other online games. In elementary, we do some crafts. We do some like learning events. We've done Mad Libs in the past. So they're a lot of fun and they're a nice way for you to be able to decompress away from school while still being in that nice moderated environment. And then finally, the last one that I like to highlight here are the one-on-ones. These are things that I strongly recommend to students. The Q&A sessions and the live events are really great for general questions. But if you're looking for specific help, if you need to talk through a, intense schedule, if you have really specific goals in mind, or if you're having a lot of issues with um, your school content, or if you're having guidance related questions that are very specific to you and you don't want to share with others, signing up for our one on ones are a great place to do that. Um, all of the guidance and student success advisors offer weekly one on one sessions. And I tell students that I would much rather have you guys sign up, to speak with me uber frequently and for our meetings to only be 5-10 minutes. And for you to have that sense of comfort and a knowledge that what you're doing is correct versus you not doing it and then feeling overwhelmed or feeling like you're really, really, really behind when, a quick conversation with myself or another member of my team can make you feel less of that way. And the same thing with the teacher link or with the guidance department. If you ever need those one on ones, please be sure to reach out about them. We are so happy to have them and to talk with you guys. Uh, Let me post some links for you guys. So, the first link that I'm going to send you is for our blog. The blog itself has a school events page, and I'm going to put that link directly in the chat here for you guys. And so this really gives you guys the idea of what's going on this month. And it is updated every month for you guys. So you can see that later this month, the guidance department is doing a financial wellness workshop. Um, as well as the other events that are going on this month. And at the very bottom of the page is the school calendar. And this calendar has everything listed for you guys. So if you're ever not sure or if you want to hop into something but aren't sure when it is, that's a great place to be able to come and see it. And then for one on ones, if you would like to hop into one of those with any of our departments, you can do that through the second link here. This link will allow you to sign up with anybody. You can sign up with me if you follow the instructions to go to Student Success Advisor. And then the first name on the listing, my name, Bridget Blosser, you're able to see what sign up times I have available throughout the week this week or in future weeks. So before we move on, do you guys have any questions about the type of events we talked about here? Are there other things that you're looking for or have questions about? Perfect, awesome. I know I talk really fast, so I always get worried that I talk too fast and everybody gets lost. So I'm glad that you have it here. If you do think of anything, please feel free to pop it into the chat. So the next thing that I'm going to highlight, and again, please feel free to keep typing, are our clubs. We have a total of about 9 clubs at Keystone that you can uh, join into. And that's absolutely fine. I have an open Q&A at the end, so we'll finish up the presentation and then we can answer any questions then. But yeah, so we have about 9 clubs at Keystone for you to be able to join. These clubs are really great. We meet about once a month per club about a variety of topics, as you can see here. So we have the KCC, which is the Keystone Creative Club, which is there for students who have any sort of artistic drive, whether it's dancing, painting, music, writing, any of that. You can go into the Keystone Creative Corner and be able to share that. We actually just had the KCC promote a student talent show, which is just available like yesterday, I believe. So you can see all of the works that other students have put in, which was really, really, really awesome to be able to see. Um, and again, they do like monthly workshops where they do different types of things and they talk about different things. I know in the past they've done events where they've done like a live improv session with some actors from one of the local theaters here, which was really cool. And then we have the Anime Club. The Anime Club talks about a variety of new animes that come out each season. It's basically one anime uh, a presentation or so once a month, and we talk about a variety of different ones. And we talk about how media literacy is important with anime and how you're able to understand and be able to pull those themes out and relate them to other things that you're doing. And then we have our gamers club, which is super cool. It's not just video games. I know they've talked about board games in the past. They did some Dungeons and Dragons talk. They do a little bit of everything there that involves any sort of gaming. So it's very open, and you can absolutely find somebody who has that same kind of interest. And in the same way, we have our photography club, a little separate from KCC. Photography club does just have a very specific topic of photography for students to be able to submit their photography into a monthly um, topic. So a topic is voted on, and then they're able to submit their work for that month and be able to um, um, they're able to view each other's work and provide uh, critique to be able to increase their photography skill. And then the last one I have on this slide is the Leadership Society. The Leadership Society is a club just for high school students, but they do things like debates. They do things like helping you build those skills that you'll need for your college resumes, as well as helping with scholarship things. And they're really there to help build you up for post high school life. And then the other clubs that we offer are a STEM club, which is a science and technology related club. Um, so if you're interested in those things, you're absolutely welcome to hop in there. And then we have the Whole Body Wellness Club. This club is super active in our community. The financial wellness, is also co-sponsored by the Whole Body Wellness Club, which is super cool. They go over a different topic of wellness, again, which is voted on by the students each month to be able to answer any questions that students may have regarding their lives and self betterment. And then we have the Computer Coding Club, which helps students learn about how to code. And then we have a high school book club. Each month, the high school book club votes on a book to read, and then they have an actual in person via a virtual room discussion about the book, as well as having discussion boards available for discussion of the book. And then tying into that, We have our social events for the months. So, along with monthly club meetings, we have different social events that happen throughout the school year, things that you can get involved in. In January, we have our spelling bee. Our school level spelling bee leads to semi regionals, which leads to regionals, which leads to nationals. We actually had 2 students make it to the regionals this year, which was very cool. We offer weekly spelling bee practices and check ins with students. So if you're interested in that or just want a chance to hang out and socialize and get to listen to some funky words and watch me scramble around trying to find definitions and sentences, it's a pretty great time. In April, we have NaPoWriMo, which is National Poetry Writing Month. Um, I host that event. National Poetry Writing Month is a month where students and anyone who wants to get involved write about a poem every day for the month of April. We host weekly workshops on different types of poetry. This year, we did one on haikus, we did one on acrostics, we did one on limericks, and we did one on sonnets. And then students are able to submit their work to be created into an actual poetry anthology. We also released that this week here. It's a great way to get involved. It's something that you can put on, again, a high school or a college application or be able to put on a resume that you have been published. And I always look forward for the chance to get to work with students and see where your creativity goes. In May, we have the Mental Health Awareness Month. This is again spearheaded by our guidance department. They're really awesome. They host a bunch of really helpful webinars and information sessions, as well as providing all kinds of mental health tips and things of that nature. It's great to be able to hop into that and get support, especially if it's not something that you're too familiar with. In September, we are looking to host the Brain Bowl, which is for students to be able to hop in and have like an academic bowl. So you can hop in there and compete with other students to be able to see who has the best one there. And then in October, we have our open house. This has a lot of events that we put on as a school where you're able to hop in and get to meet other members of the faculty and staff, be able to put some faces to names, as well as, get a chance to get a feel for what our school is like. And then in November, paralleling for our April, we have NaNoWriMo, which is National Novel Writing Month. I host that one as well. The idea is that students throughout the month of November write a novel. You decide on the amount of words that you want to write, and we all get together and do monthly writing workshops about different parts of novel writing. And we create a novel. We all create our own novels. And then we can help you guys with getting things published or getting things out there, which is super cool. Um, so do you guys have any questions about the clubs or the social events here? No, you're totally fine. Well, this will be your chance. Um, so that's the information that we have regarding our current social events and our social climate here. If you guys do have questions, you can reach out to us via email or via phone here. I am going to stop the presentation. If you guys have specific questions, you're more than welcome to ask.